Hey MaryJoy, Daphne here. I'm so glad you've just sent me that message. I never received these essays. I always correct within 24 hours, usually. That's the deal here. I'm incredibly sorry. I'm so glad you sent them to me again, because I don't know what happened there, but I did not get them. So I'm really, really sorry about this delay. Let's go straight in. Nowadays, most green energy is becoming ever more prevalent, so we need to show the meaning of that word. In both developed and developing countries, some argue they reduce costs, others believe they're a serious threat. Okay, while most of the developed and developing society are looking for the alternative resources to use in order to protect the environment from our dependence on fossil fuel, some people are opposing this idea as inevitably reserves are going to die out. Okay, it's not people opposing it necessarily. It's more that this is the problem. They're a threat. So we need to sort of show what we understand. Let's get back into this. It's a very long sentence to start with. Your sentence is 3 lines, which is quite hard to read. So let's just see if we can break it up. Well, most of the developing and developed society. I just say, well, most people. Almost, or well, most. That I don't think you need that. I go, while most in society. Why don't we just do that now? While most in society are looking for, you don't need the alternative resources to use in order to protect the environment from our dependence on fossil fuels like coal. Yeah. Some people, they're not opposing it. Yeah. Some people are concerned that this may lead, this new energy may not be reliable. Yeah? That's what we're talking about. Is there enough? Will there be enough all the time? Oh, yes or no. So I go concerned rather than they don't oppose it, they're just cautious. So that really addresses that. Personally, I disagree. So you can't really disagree. It's not really a disagree. It's either you think it's going to be fine or you think there may be problems. But be more specific. Personally, I believe that. Don't use the latter. It doesn't really help me because I don't know what you mean. So personally, I believe that. They're very important or something. But I kind of almost with this essay, there's such a lot to say. I know normally in an opinion essay you would give your opinion at the beginning. Here I'd almost get into it and then at the end say it's extremely important. Discuss both views. Okay, good. Firstly, people support renewable energy to combat concerns about climate change. Yes. So here we could go consumers and businesses. Yeah? So here you can be more specific and not use people. This energy does not emit greenhouse gases in energy generating processes. Good. Making them the cleanest, most viable solution to prevent environmental degradation. Very good. Secondly, the perceived economic and societal benefits it will give to the nation. Secondly, that is not a whole sentence. It's like, secondly, the perceived economic and social benefit it will give to the nation as a whole cannot be denied. Do you see what I mean? That's only half a sentence. For instance, the green energy problem, 73%. Now, they conducted a survey in the past tense, which is great. So this believed should also be in the past tense. Take your example into the past tense, gives you a bit more variety in your writing. Will boost economic growth and think there'll be a reduction in health issues. Good. Therefore, it's clear benefits will not only have, get your verb into here, move your verb, will not only have positive impact on the environment, but could also help, mix up the, don't use will the whole time, could also help decrease the cost of energy in the long term. Okay, fantastic. Now, that's a very good example. It's a long example, but well done. That is beautiful writing, MaryJoy. Absolutely fabulous. definitely get your example into the past tense. It adds variety. Otherwise, sometimes these essays are just all in the present tense, aren't they? Although at the present time, most renewable energy generators are expensive and set up because expensive to set up, yes, because even sources such as wind, rely heavily on the weather. Now, don't use although, use however. Although doesn't work there. Although has to have, it's like, although they're expensive, comma, they're very good. So although has to have two halves. So here I'd absolutely definitely have however. However, it's different, but that works. If it's not a windy day, wind turbines will not turn on if it's not sunny. Okay. You're right, but that doesn't feel like a very sophisticated sentence compared to the rest of your beautiful writing. So I would turn it round. I know you're trying to get a conditional in there. So if it's not a windy day, wind turbines, it's actually a zero conditional because it's just a fact. You're getting it into the first condition. It's actually a zero. Cannot produce power. And then I'd go equally, neither would solar work without sun, or something like that. I see what you're trying to do, but I think you need to get it a little bit more sophisticated there. It's a zero conditional, this first bit, but equally would, you're going into a sort of hypothetical. Don't worry too much about it because your writing is still very stylish. I just think it's nice to mix it up a little bit. Now, however, and here, however, I need to move that then, don't I? This problem could be resolved by developing battery saving where energy can be saved and used whenever there's a shortage of natural resources. Good. I don't think you need that, however, because by using could, you're kind of making a suggestion. But that is very good again. For example, Germany started this energy saving method where they store, you don't need where they, definitely take that out. Just put storing, ing. Sun energy during the summer and using other seasons. I don't use thus. It feels heavy. You've got therefore in here. This feels too heavy. It's on the coherence, which is the smoothness with which I'm reading this. So I just simply go, this process has helped. Definitely present perfect verb. To have plenty of natural resources for generation of green energy. Good. I firmly believe that's lovely. Not only can, watch out with not only, you've got to go not only, immediately the verb, it's a reverse structure. Not only can, let's put it in red, renewable energy, but also economically for powering the world. Absolutely. That not only can, do it, let's, can this important, this crucial renewable energy. Yeah, so really go for it there a little bit more emphatically. And the only other comment I'd make up here, renewable energy, including or such as solar, wind and hydro. Yeah? Tell me what you mean here. Tell me quickly what you're talking about. So that is really, really important that you don't mention them by name until down here. Mention them, you know what you mean, but show me you know what you mean. Okay, that is very, very good work. Really, really lovely essay. Well done. So let's get this little letter done. So I love this letter task. It's a very, very difficult one to get exactly the right tone. So dear Mrs. Jones, someone you know, your neighbour. So I would start with, hope you are well. It was great to see you last week. Or something like that. Show me you know her. Show me you've got this bit about your neighbour. So really focus on who you're writing to. Attention to the problems that I'm facing because you're a small dog. I'm writing, or I'm very sorry I have to write, or I'm writing this difficult letter. Something a little bit, it is a difficult letter. As you probably know, you don't need that. I'm working from home. So from the moment I start every day, it's your routine, my day, I am being disturbed. Yeah, this is something that's happening all the time. You want the present continuous here. Definitely watch your tenses. So I am being disturbed by notice your dog. I can't concentrate. And worst, when I was on my Zoom call, so we're on a Zoom call, not in, the unwarranted barking was heard in the background and annoyed us. Okay. Moreover, during the night, all of us in our room are awake because of excessive noise, or barking it is, coming from your small dog. Okay. Unwarranted barking. Unwarranted? It's a great word, but I'm not sure I'd use it there. The disruptive or distracting maybe would also be possible. Okay. I know that barking is very normal behaviour for dogs. However, when dogs bark excessively, it's usually very good. It's advisable if your dog's a compulsive barker. Okay, maybe also, you could. You need to soften this. You won't get this letter, it doesn't matter. But just a little bit more gentle. So this letter needs to be very subtle. You've got to be polite, but it's very difficult to write. So maybe also you could take steps like behavior modification. See, that is really nice. Or maybe let me know if I could help. Something like that. And then yours faithfully is okay. Yes. But because it's your neighbour, again, I'd put kind regards. Show you know them. So it is this idea of getting it's not a formal letter. It's really neutral is what we call it. So be careful, MaryJoy. You are so good in the task 1. In the task 2, be careful on the task 1 that you don't lose marks here. Watch out on your tenses. Show your tenses. Get the tone of it absolutely right. Once again, I'm incredibly sorry. Please let me know how you are getting on with all your work. Please let me know when your exam is. If you want to continue working together, offering you an extra pack at a really good price. And I really hope that if you want to carry on, you'll carry on with us. Thank you so much.